Champions of Europe, we are the champions of Europe, we are the champions of Europe,
Champions of
we
Europe.
are the champions. Yes,
We
guys,
know what we are. We know
we
what
know
we
what we
are.
are. Champions of Europe, we know what we are.
We know
That
what
was
we
all
are.
done in such awful timing, but big up everyone who's locked in anyway. Smash the like and subscribe button. We are still celebrating our win in the Champions League final on Saturday, and I told you we are not stopping until we get eliminated next season, so get used to it. Big up everyone who's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. This one, we're going to be doing a transfer video, just going off the basic rumors over the last few days as well. We got the same panel here as well. As always, big up Xavi, big up Mo, Jesters, Fata, and we are going to open up the lines for you guys to have your say as well. But first up, anyway, Champions of Europe, 5 days into it now. What's everyone saying? Is everyone still gassed?
Oh, I can't wait for this first league game, man, so I can be there and celebrate with the team and the whole fans.
Yeah, this is the biggest thing as well, because we ended the season on such a high, and it's like we've reached the pinnacle, but I want us to keep going as well. This is the jarring part about it being the last game of the season, because we've ended it at such a perfect note.
Yep.
And we could have really had enough games to actually celebrate it. We've got to hold all of that till next season as well.
Exactly, man. I mean, it's going to be good, like, regardless of what happens. That first league game is going to be completely nuts. And I can just already tell that atmosphere is going to be unbelievable. But it's just it feels annoying that you can't do a parade, you can't do nothing, man. This pandemic has really messed up celebrations for fans. And
yes,
I'm just glad we did what we did, like on the night that we won, and like Fulham Broadway was packed, man, and that felt great to be a part of. But I'm just like, damn, man, I wish we could actually have the team there and we could show our appreciation to them.
Yeah, I've seen some of the videos from Fulham Broadway as well. It looks fucking ridiculous. And if we had a trophy parade, I know the scenes would have been even crazier. I think last time we had a trophy parade for the Champions League, was it over 100k or 200k that was around Fulham that
200k.
200k. That's fucking ridiculous, man.
Right.
Because the area around Stamford Bridge is tiny as well. It's not like when you go to Manchester United or you go around to the Emirates or something where it's a big open space. It's not. It's a tiny ass road. And then you got 200 Chelsea fans around the entire surrounding area. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be a walking home type of situation, in it. Like you wouldn't be getting home by public transport on that day.
Yeah, let me see if I can get a video of... Because who sent it? I think Oscar sent me a video of the scenes from Saturday night. And I can't lie, I'm happy that I was at Porto and everything like that. I still low-key wish I got to experience that a little bit too. Because the amount of people there, and the amount of people I haven't met either, because all of us, I've met you all through streams and everything. I have barely met any of you, man, face to face. And a lot of you guys got to meet each other, and that's something that I've got to sort out in the summer as well. But this video that Oscar sent me, and look how massive the road is, man.
It's mad, man. Yeah, even when it pans, look at this, bruv. It's actually mad.
Fucking hell, man.
That guy in the middle enjoying it.
Oh.
Yo, I can't even pick people out in this.
I can't even remember what time I get there, probably around midnight, but it's still like a dumpster at that point.
Oh, yeah. That whole road was ruined, bro. Sticky as hell. Bottles everywhere. Cans everywhere.
Look, even at the far end by Fulham Broadway.
Yeah.
And it's still packed. Like, that is ridiculous, man.
And I believe it got locked off on the other end. I think otherwise they would have probably continued, bro. It got locked off by the police.
So what, police on either side just stopping people from entering?
Yeah.
I'm not really too surprised. We're going to do fucking Rona regulations or some bullshit around that. It's a shame we didn't have the trophy parade, but I guess it is what it is. I hope we end up having something for the start of the season at least.
Yeah.
Raheem saying we have no fans, though. Nah, that's got to be thrown in the mud by now. We have 2 Champions League trophies. We can't hear anything about no fans, about being a small club or any bullshit like that. Like, that's all in the mud now. We don't want to hear none of that. What else we saying? Anyone else in the comments that's saying when the Shameless FC? Shameless FC is going to be the same usual time, 6 p.m. I can't lie. I'm looking forward to that. I've got plans for that show. I can't wait. Yes, Ryan. Well,
Damn,
mine just disappeared. That was peak. Well, on the lookout to next season, the number one thing we can't do right now is become complacent and rest on where we are. Yep, our team's made it to the Champions League final and won it, but there are still plenty of improvements that need to be made around the squad. And the first place that we want to look at is up front. And obviously, our number one target for right now is Romelu Lukaku. And his agent has been contacted by Chelsea. And he was even at the Champions League final and was cheering on for Chelsea as well. I'll put down the share screen too, just for you guys to see if you just give me a second. Yeah, that was his agent at the Champions League final on Saturday in one of the hospitality boxes. Then also celebrating Chelsea's win after the game as well. I know all the little blue hearts are only going to mean a small thing, but it does show where his heart is at, and it does show if that's where his heart's at, that's where he's going to be trying to push for his client to go to as well, which is only going to heat up the Lukaku to Chelsea negotiations. And now there's rumours going around that Inter Milan are heavily interested in Emerson as a potential target for them at left wing back. Now, if Emerson has the chance of going to Inter Milan, I've already said I don't mind either or both of those left wing backs leaving because I think we can do better than Emerson and Alonso. And right now, Emerson's just decent depth for us. But if Inter Milan are interested in him, there is a potential that we could try and use him in a swap deal. Not a swap deal, but a cash and money sort of deal. And I just wanted to back you guys and get what you guys' thoughts are around it.
Well, when I originally heard the Lukaku rumors first, Emerson was always a part of that deal. So the original rumor, when it first came out, it was Emerson plus cash for Lukaku at I think it was 80 million euro plus Emerson for Lukaku.
Yeah.
So that's what, 65 million pound, 68 million pound plus, with Emerson only having 1 year on his contract, that's why 10 million pound has been rumored for him. Because he only has 1 year on his contract. And if last year he was 20 million with 1 year left, it's half that because you're buying the contract, not the player. So when you talk about what's anybody worth, you have to see what's left on their contract because that's basically what you're buying. You don't buy the player, you buy the contract. So that's what I've always heard. Inter was linked with Tagliafico, but doing this kills two birds with one stone. They get the left back they want. He's an Italian national player. And they get rid of, they bring in money. Of course, they've defaulted. From what I've heard, they defaulted on their payment to Man U for Lukaku. So they have to either pay the remaining, 45 million or 40 million left this summer or give them a player of that value. So they have to move him because they've defaulted on a payment for Hakimi earlier this year. That's why we were linked to him.
Okay, so do you think in the case that because he's an Italian national player that we could actually get a bit more for him than he would usually be worth for if he was going to an English club? Because how in England we always have that England player tax and always adds an extra 10-15 million to their transfer fee.
Yeah, but he's only got 1 year left. He's barely played this year.
He's got 1 year left.
Yeah, it's him 1 year left on his contract.
Okay, so he ain't.
That's why I'm saying it's only 10 million because he's got 1 year left on that contract.
Okay, so we're trying to get rid of. That's why you're saying it's for the contract as well, because the harder thing for us is trying to get rid of the wage packet. Him as the player isn't really that big of a problem for us.
Right. Well, and again, like I said, you're not buying the player, you're buying the contract. The team is buying that contract. So if the contract only has 1 year left, what's the worth of that contract? Oh, if he had 2 years left, you'd be asking 15 to 20 million for him.
All right, so how much are you paying per week? I can find this out quickly.
Yeah, I can too.
125k a week at least, I think.
120. He is not on 129k a week.
Ooh.
48. No, he's earning 48k a week.
Emerson. Sorry.
Who are you thinking?
50k at least. 50k.
No. Who are you saying was 120?
Look, I was talking about Lukaku, I think.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, Emerson's on 48k a week, so it's nothing too deep.
And his current market value is 10.8 million pounds. That's his current market value.
Sounds about right for a bench player that's barely played for us this season.
So
Yeah, that's calm regardless. But the question is then, would he even add too much to taking off Lukaku's final fee? It wouldn't even mean too much in the grand scheme of things.
it's 10 million pounds. 10 million pounds is 10 million pounds. So what they would do, what you would do is say, we're going to buy Lukaku for X amount of pounds, or I'm going to say dollars. So let's say it ends up being 70 million pounds. We pay Inter 70 million pound. Okay, they can, however's chopped up. Doesn't matter if it's so many per year of the contract. They can put 70 million pound on their book as it was sold. See, when you buy somebody, you only put the annuitized amount on your books. When you sell somebody, you put the full amount on your books. So they turn around and then come back and buy Emerson for 10 million. Well, if they signed him to a 5-year deal, they say, well, we'll pay you 2 million pound a year. They've made a 68 million pound profit. And they can show that on their bottom line. So that's how the bookmaking works on those types of deals. That's what Juventus did with Artur and Pjanic last year. It's exactly how it worked. So it's not actually a swap deal. You show a sell on your books, and the other one shows a sell on their books, and the buy is lesser because it's an annuitized payment, not an upfront payment.
Okay.
All right, cool. Yeah, Josh, I've seen you. I've sent the link over to you as well. Yes, Ryan, what are you telling me, bro? You good?
I'm good, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What are you saying, man?
I'm good, man. I don't think I've came on the channel or spoke to you since that final win. So
Yeah, I
man,
was going to say the same thing too, man. How's the last few days been for you, bro?
I've been good. Like, I haven't been jumping on too many streams recently, but I'm back and I'm buzzing after the win, man.
Yeah, same, bro. I'm hearing that. Like, we're just talking about fucking transfer news and the striker deal. And if we can get Romelu Lukaku in for 70 million and get rid of one of our deadwood players, that's another perfect piece of business for us if we can get this move done. But we're still a long way away from even seeing if this can even get through yet.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope we just don't make the same mistake as we've done, like after we won the league in 2016-17, or what's it called, or when we won it in 2014-15, where we just don't strengthen in the areas we do and we get complacent. So I think now if we improve on our biggest area under Tuchel where we've been bad, which is finishing chances and getting a proven goal scorer, I would have liked a Haaland or a Kane, but obviously I think the more realistic option is Lukaku. And if he comes, he's a proven bagsman. And if you give him chances, he's going to eat them up. He's an elite goal scorer. So I think what's it called? I think doing that and getting a proper DM, after we've won the Champions League, I think we can challenge for the league with that next season.
Yeah, for me, I'm really not sure why people always keep turning their nose up at Lukaku just based on the last 2 seasons at Man United. Because we've seen Lukaku's build at Everton, we've seen him at West Brom, we've seen at Inter Milan. The only difference that we've seen is at Manchester United, where they completely fucked him up for the space of 2 seasons. And even for a period, put him out on the wing as well. What was that, Xavi?
I was just saying they put him at right winger his last season. Like, you gotta be like borderline stupid to play him right wing.
And it looks so out of place there as well. And the guy's left-footed too. Like, if he's already in a position that he's not comfortable in, they're asking him to just cut inside as well. That is the definition of just being predictable. It's pointless.
Yeah.
Go on.
I think if we get Lukaku, I'm hearing Tuchel likes him as well. And by the way, I agree with that. I'd rather keep Emerson than Alonso, but no one wants Alonso. But anyways, I think Lukaku, what's it called? I'm hearing Tuchel wants him as well. And if Tuchel wants him and he can make him work, and he gives him confidence like Antonio Conte does, then I think he's the most realistic striker option we can get, because Haaland will be too much money, and then Kane is just not going to come because of Levy. But I think if Lukaku comes, I'll back him. I've said on previous streams that, I was a bit like, I don't know, with Lukaku. But I believe he'll come, and if he does, then I'll back him. And I think if you give him chances, look, this guy's a proven bagsman, and he'll get us goals.
Yeah, Rodrigo saying I'd rather keep Emerson and sell Alonso. Like, I agree with you. I would rather sell Alonso, but it's about who would actually buy Marcus Alonso as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. The last 2-3 years, has anyone heard of a club putting a bid in for Alonso?
No, not really.
But I feel like he
I don't know about
suits Italy.
I don't know about how long it's been, but Real Madrid put in a bid for him.
What the?
Atletico
Real
Madrid
Madrid
last year.
put in a bid for Marcus Alonso.
I don't know.
That's false. That's
Might not have been an official bid.
rumors.
That's a PR. That's a PR move, by the way.
That's not true.
I remember it was after we won the league that the news came out that Real were interested in him.
We
Nah,
had
that's
a
fake
chance with Atletico and Inter last year.
I
Inter
think Fiorentina
were
wanted him back.
Inter was
Inter wanted him.
Conte wanted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Italian team do
could've
well
actually
a lot, though.
Oh shit! Well, if he's going Tottenham, there might be a chance of selling Alonso to Spurs. Nah, there's no chance.
He'd be
of
better
that.
No,
than
send him
Reguilon.
to Arsenal. Send him to Arsenal. Chelsea retirement home. Send him to
Someone-
He'd be
Arsenal.
better than
Nah,
Reguilon.
Alonso deserves better than that dump. Come on now,
Someone said Alonso as a replacement for Ronaldo.
you must be mad.
Right,
Oh
that's
my
cool.
god, there's no way Real Madrid are interested in this guy. Come on, man.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm not just making that up. I swear to God, I read that from somewhere.
I think his dad played there, right?
Was it there or Barca?
Yeah, it might have been
Yeah,
both. One of the two
I think
Spanish
it's last
giants.
two. I think his dad and granddad both played for Barcelona,
After
but I
years,
can't remember.
No, it was Real Madrid.
Was it
Yeah.
Madrid?
Yeah.
Oh, that can't be the reason. That's gotta be why they made the rumor in the first place.
To be fair, it was
Yeah.
it was last season. It was last season. Inter Milan wanted to target Alonso as the main target for 40 million euros. It was last season.
I think we could find a place to send him. It's just the price is going to be pathetic. It's going to be nowhere near what we would expect or want. But
No, that's why you just throw him in the Lukaku deal, and then it's two birds, one stone for
Yeah.
us. And I'd be
See,
happy with that at least.
yeah,
His contract expires in 23 as well, and he's only worth 11.7 million pounds. So him and
He's on a 2-year contract.
well, after next season, it's 1 year. So
Yeah.
if you say we're already in the next season, because it's basically that, you look at 1 year because you got to discount the year that you're currently in.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, wait. No. But our season's over now.
Right, but you're basically in 21-22 already. Right, you're already going into the next season. So you could say he has 2 years left if you sell him this year, but I kind
of cut that one off.
It's still 1 year, really. 23. It's 1 year
Yeah,
after
I
this
kind
one.
of hear what you're saying because the season's over now. Like for me, I was thinking like the season starts as soon as you go into July, but it can be a bit of both. I can see your logic on it as
Here's
well.
the thing: if you don't want to talk about logic, I think in Chelsea's point of view, I think we want to get the business as done as possible because, regardless what happened after the Euros, the value of the target's going to go rise anyway. So the board's going to have to think something fast before time runs out.
I don't think any of the selling clubs would want to do that.
Do what?
Like, yeah, Chelsea might want to rush the process a little bit, but none of the selling clubs would do that. Like, they'd rather just wait, especially if it's a player that they have that's
Really? Because they could also sell, get the money in, and then have the
that's
entire
the thing.
Euros to figure out their plan.
that would legit logically that wouldn't make any sense. You would wait until they, especially if it's a player like Lukaku, who is the top goal scorer in Belgium history, right? Like you're not gonna just sell that man quickly, especially in the middle of a Euro tournament. You're gonna wait.
But Belgium's a dead.
You're gonna wait
Belgium's
for
dead
like
food.
12 and then just add another 5, maybe 10 million on top of that.
No,
That's a
but
fair point.
think about it
Apparently,
from the other perspective though as well. Like if you obviously make those deals happen now, like Lewis was saying, you can actually go after your targets, but it also works the same way for them as well, because if they're trying to replace players, imagine those players are also playing in the Euros. That's going to increase their price.
Yeah,
But
that's
also now people know that they have the money that they've just sold for that said player. I think it benefits all the clubs if they get their business done early, but it's whether they can come to an agreement or not at this point.
You know, I gotta say this for banter reasons. I gotta say this. You know, Chelsea have broken the Belgian national team, right? So, you know, we had Hazard, we worked him to death, and now he's injured all the time. And Rudiger just broke freaking De Bruyne. They're going to be out. Belgium is not going far in the
No
Euro.
wonder why Roberto Martinez was like, Rudiger needs a red. He needs a
Yeah,
red.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
he needs a red.
we broke the whole team. The only good thing that comes out of Belgium is waffles.
Man,
Other than that,
flipping hell,
Head
you had
food.
to go there, didn't you?
Apparently,
You have
though,
to go for it.
apparently,
Jeez.
apparently Emerson performs decent for Italy. So if he performs decent, I don't know. We could get because Emerson, yeah, I think Emerson's a much better footballer than Alonso, and he's easier to sell than Alonso. Because, like, as much as Emerson isn't good enough for Chelsea, he's a decent backup and he's a decent footballer. It's just I don't know, man. So I think he'll be easier to sell than Alonso. But at the end of the day, as much as I'd like to keep Emerson more than Alonso because he's a better footballer and a better second choice, it's trash versus garbage at the end of the day. Like I'm not
Right.
losing.
Do we need if Emerson goes? Do we need necessarily another left wing back or something, or maybe left?
yeah, there's two on my list that I would look at. One is Van Aanholt on a free because he's a free. You don't have to spend any money. He's got Chelsea pedigree on him. So that satiates some of the fan base because he's, you know, Chelsea. And the other one I would look at is Anthony Robinson from Fulham.
Ooh,
I would take Anthony Robinson 100%.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he done us in that 1-0 loss.
yeah.
Honestly, like I've watched him over this
He
season.
didn't get a red card.
He
Either.
put Reece
That was
James in
dangerous.
split, bro. Before he got that red card, bro, that might have been one of Reece James's worst performances.
Aspie.
He was getting. Was it just Aspie?
Yeah, it was Aspie on the right that game.
And he could play left back and left wing back, which is good.
Yeah.
He's a solid left back.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, we're looking for a right wing back because one of the other news coming out today was Hakimi.
Yeah.
And I know we are interested in him, but there's also a string of other clubs interested in him as well. And he is a quality player as well from what I've seen. But right wing back isn't really that much of a priority for us. And I don't know why we would be heavily pursuing that as much. Unless we're really trying to push Reece James into that right centre back role. But even if we were trying to do that, I wouldn't be too sure because of the amount of options that we already have at centre back. Like, it wouldn't really be as necessary to push him in there, make him another centre-back option, and then bring in another right wing-back for me. Then we could try and make Reece James a better wing-back.
Here's the thing. If all these links have two things in common. One is going to happen, and the other is not. There's a group of players that will happen if we go to a back four. And there's a group of players that will happen if we stay in a back three. Right? You're not going to bring Adama Traore in as a wing back if we're going to go to a back four. We're going to go to a back four if we get the holding DM we want, whether that's Rice or Tchouaméni. Now, there's some people who say, well, Tchouaméni's not ready to start as a holding mid in our defense in the Premier League.
I would agree.
That's possible. But if you're bringing in a Lukaku, let's just say we bring in Lukaku. Are you going to stay with only 3 attacking positions on the field? Look at all the attacking options on our bench. Who do you drop? Because at that point, you could potentially say, well, their best attacking 3 would be Havertz, who just won us the Champions League, Timo Werner for his runs, and Romelu Lukaku, because you just signed him. You're not going to put him on the bench.
Yeah.
Where does that leave Mount?
Yeah.
Where does that leave Ziyech? Where does that leave Cho? Where does that leave Pulisic?
I can't lie. With the system we're going to play next season, Ziyech might be gone for the African Cup of Nations. I do think we need Lukaku. And also maybe a right wing back as well, because I don't think Connors Ladoy going to stay at Chelsea next season.
Come on, G.
Well, you got to think if we bring in Lukaku, they're probably going to want to pair him, right? So they're probably going to want to pair him with another another striker or another forward, kind of like yeah. I mean, it makes
So
more
if
sense.
you wanna throw a business, I'm gonna do a drop off, my dad's business bomb, Emerson plus 30 million pounds from Tomori, and then we have Hakimi. Is that a great business?
No, look, I
We don't
think
get 30
Why
million
not?
for
Why
Tomori.
not? You reckon? Why not?
Hakimi's already going to. I think Hakimi's already going to PSG because PSG.
He's not going to PSG.
No, he's not going to PSG. He's not going.
He's
to
not
PSG.
going anywhere.
He's not going to PSG.
To be perfectly honest, he's not going anywhere.
Why do you think? What
That
makes
could
you think he's
also
going to stay at the club though?
Hakimi going for 80 could also be a posturing move for Inter on Lukaku as well, because
Exactly.
they know they need to raise 80. And people are saying, oh, wow, well, if they sell Hakimi for 80, they're not going to sell Lukaku. But, Hakimi, they don't really have to sell Hakimi. And they're in more of a better position to sell Lukaku for more money.
I can't lie. The reason why Antonio quit in the club is because he fell out with the board. And to be fair, Antonio Conte wants to keep Hakimi and Lukaku in the club. But then when the board put them on a transfer list, what happens next? Conte said, "No, I'm not staying." Basically Conte had the same issue in the past where remember after we won the league, like Conte wanted to strengthen the area that we need to strengthen in. What happens? He fell out with the board. He had an argument, and then Costa leaves. Costa leaves the summer, and then do you know who we brought on? Bakayoko, Zappacosta. I could name the list like Morata.
Which
That's
is weird.
Which
Makes it weird on like why he would want to go to Tottenham, because it's not like they're going to just become this extremely ambitious club and start buying guys left and right. Their best player wants out.
Yeah.
You're talking about Conte.
Yeah, Conte. Yeah,
I hear what you're saying, but Conte also has a habit of making average players into much better players than they really are. So with the team Spurs have as well, because their defense is shocking and their midfield, other than Ndombele, is just horribly mid. He could get the best out of them by just repeating the same patterns of movement. That's how he gets the best out of these sorts of players. His only issue is going to be about the ambition of Daniel Levy and the Spurs board, which is why after one season, you probably will see those problems. But for the first season at least, I wouldn't expect there to be any issues. And I'll be real, Spurs under Conte would scare the shit out of me. Because they already...
They have a system. It's over.
Not me.
No, you would give them a system.
Yeah, he'll improve them, but
Do you honestly think Conte would improve this Spurs team?
They would improve from what are they, 7th to 6th?
Yeah,
okay. Big deal.
They don't have the team to get improved like that.
No, I'm not saying improve as they're going to go and win the league or nothing like that. But I think they're going to be a threatening team again. They're not going to be a joke man side like they've been the last year or two.
The one positive, though, is that might make them not sell Kane to City, which would be huge for us. Like, if Conte comes in and says, I don't want Harry Kane gone, even if Harry Kane wants to leave and Levy is hard-headed and doesn't sell him, it does benefit us if he stays at Spurs and just bags goals and doesn't win anything.
Josh, not disrespect. They got the owners like a donkey that would like to sell Harry Kane for like what to the rivals. So it's not rocket science that they're gonna do it to Conte anyway. So
you think they'll sell him to City, Father?
Yeah.
You think they'll sell him to City?
I don't think City will buy him.
If he wants to win the trophies, why not? Like, if he says like his intention, I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, that's the first reason. Second thing is, like, if he wants to win major trophies, there's two clubs in the league that can do that: Chelsea or Man City. Man City are not in a good state right now because they got so many players in their team unsettled after the defeat in the Champions League final. Put that aside. Chelsea have just won a Champions League for the second time. The only team that in London that's do it though. So it's not a rocket science that Harry Kane would want to think after look at that performance, right? I should be in that position. I should have that trophy in my CV. So if I want to go somewhere else to win trophies and have it in just for my legacy, just to complete my legacy, I mean, why not go to Chelsea?
Jester, Is it a money problem with City? You said
Yeah, City don't go out and splash the cash like that.
no. So let's hear me out. Hear me out. Right? How much would Sterling go for?
I wouldn't give you 2 pence for him. He's
Maybe-
another
maybe-
joke man.
Somebody's
Maybe
going to buy Sterling. Somebody's going to buy Raheem Sterling.
Maybe 40, 40 maybe.
Well, we'll take that 40, right? You say you sell Sterling.
Sterling's numbers are very good.
You sell Sterling. You sell Benjamin Mendy. We'll go ahead and
Who's gonna buy him?
Hold on. We'll go ahead and throw in Bernardo Silva in there, and you make a cool 70, 80, 90 million off of that. That's solid money to put towards a Harry Kane.
Yeah, but you're talking about Pep, who likes his toys. Pep likes to have a big toolbox to work different systems. He doesn't just like, okay, this, I'm only going to have this many players that I can work with. What you're talking about is selling half his team to bring in one player. You're taking away his toys. You're taking away his tools. He doesn't like that. He likes to be able to go play with no DM if he wants to. That's Pep. That's what Pep does.
Bringing in. I'm sorry, Jester. Go ahead.
I'm just saying they don't have a track history of splashing that kind of cash,
Right.
and they don't have it. And Pep is not the type of guy who's ever gone out and demanded a huge transfer.
Right.
So we're saying for the first time ever, City are going to go pay over £100 million for a player, because it's going to be over £100 million no matter what players you throw into the deal.
I'll give you an answer to that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They will do that. I know I was one of the guys that said Man City won't spend money, but Man City's owners made it very clear that he wants to replace Aguero. He's also looking. There's an option for them to actually offer cash plus player, so there might be a player that might go the other way. They've got enough players as it is at Man City, and their squad in depth is very good, so they could use the player to help bring down the money for Kane, along with some cash as well. So I think it's under negotiations. I know that they're going back and forwards massively at the moment, trying to get him down, because Tottenham have overpriced him at 200 million, which is probably a clever thing to do. But if Harry Kane wants to leave himself, and he makes it very clear he wants to leave, the only other way that they can get that down is if he actually puts a transfer request in himself, which again, can't say he wouldn't do. Watch this space and see what happens.
Well, if he puts a transfer request in, we're just as likely to get him as City is, because let me speak on this. Because if he puts a transfer request, he's officially pissed off at Spurs. And what's the one thing where's the one place you could go to really stick it to Daniel Levy? Chelsea.
That's the
But
problem.
isn't Daniel Levy?
Political issue, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, you want to lose the love of the Spurs fans. That's the thing.
Yeah. We had the same issue.
They're a small club.
No, but the reality is,
They are. I'm not saying it. I personally wouldn't give a shit about the Spurs fans. But to him, they're probably the only fans that actually take him seriously. And I don't think he'd want to turn his back on them, even if we would do it without even thinking twice.
Like, I feel like that's even the reason why he, like, his love for Tottenham is why he
won't
stayed
do
so
that.
long.
Trust
He
me.
could've been like-
He won't do that.
You're not looking
We
at
had
the big picture, though. You're
we
really
had the
not.
same issue with Luka Modric. Luka Modric was meant to wanted
We're
to
not talking-
originally come to Chelsea, and Daniel Levy literally blocked the door, and said,
Yeah,
"No,
just said it ain't happening, bro.
it's not coming." So, and
He accepted a cheaper deal from Real Madrid than the one we were doing.
exactly,
Yes.
This all occurred ever since the whole Willian saga, when he went to their training ground, and then we ended up giving him a call, and he left there, and he came across to us. So it just left a dirty taste in his mouth. He's not liked us since that.
You all don't understand spin, do you? You don't understand how to spin something, because if you're Harry Kane and they've overpriced you, so you cannot get the transfer you want, and you're telling them, "Hey, I'm being nice, but I want out," and you force the man to put a transfer request in. At that point in time, Spurs fans are going to be on Harry Kane's side no matter where he goes, because, hey, I tried to get to City. You guys overpriced me. Now I'm putting my transfer request in, and whoever comes up with the dollars is going to get me.
It would be Man
That's
City,
on-
though,
that's
wouldn't it,
on-
Jester? It would be
Huh?
Man City. If he goes and does that, then it's only going to be Man City originally that will put the money forward. Anyway, Chelsea might do, but if he's already in talks with Man City and then he further does put a transfer request in, it's because he wants to go Man City. And if they can't agree a value, that's the only reason why he would do that. So I don't see how Chelsea in any way get him unless we're aggressive in terms of wages as well. I don't know. I don't think Tottenham will have it.
We would have to put some astronomical fees.
The other thing for me is this, like when it comes to this type of deal, we have to remember what Chelsea is trying to do and what Man City is trying to do. Man City is trying to replace Aguero, and that's probably going to be their main priority and nothing else. Chelsea, on the other hand, is trying to actually strengthen our team in 2 to 3 players. From that perspective alone, I just don't think we're going to be paying that money for Kane unless it's closer to that 100 mark. In my opinion, that's the only way I can see us going in.
Yeah. I don't think it would drop to that much anyway, to be honest. From my honest opinion, I think you'd probably get him down to about 125, 130 at a push. That's my honest opinion. You won't get him any less than that.
It'll be as close to 150 as you can get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So at what point?
And also, like bringing in Ramos on a free is the most City thing you could possibly imagine. Like Pep goes and gets another center back. Like Ramos would have made any difference in that finals game, but that's the most City shit I've ever seen. Like,
he bottled it on the final stage.
I'll take Laporte though.
My guys showed him levels. Let's go.
You know what? Pep would get him if he was Cedric Christensen. Pep would jump at that.
Yeah. Did you read that sneaky? Did you read that sneaky shit Christensen said about Pep?
One of these if he tries to go for AC. Fun that.
Did you read that article? Christensen said like Pep used to come over and whisper in his ear if he was happy or not, or if he was happy at the club and stuff. Like he was been trying to get him since he was in Germany.
You see that Pep has an eye for talent, man. This is why he's one of the best managers of all time.
Would you take Laporte? Because it's rumored that Laporte is once out.
Who's hold on. Who's Laporte?
Don't get primed.
The guy's not even better. The guy's not better than any of our centre backs.
Facts. I agree.
Mendy has a green shirt and it's messing up the thing.
Bro. Sometimes, bro.
It would depend on the price for
He's
me.
not better than any of our centre backs.
I agree.
Even Zuma.
He's better than Zuma.
I fully agree. Yes.
No, not really. The only thing he's better than Zuma at is playing out of the back.
I feel like that's what we need, isn't it?
I think that.
Yeah, but even with that, he doesn't start for our team because he's not better than Rudiger.
But that's what I'm saying. It depends on the price.
Or Silva.
That's why I'm saying it depends on the price because I'd buy him, but not to start, but as depth.
It'd be a waste. I'd rather get I'd rather get a better centre back than him.
I know, but
name a better center back than him.
I've been saying
Name
the only
better center back than him.
Yeah. Can you name the person? Who is it you're getting?
Varane.
He's supposed to be going to PSG now.
Or someone like, say, I don't know, Kunis backup or something.
Marquinhos.
Who said Varane? Wait.
Have someone someone who can mold. I'd rather have someone like Koundé who you can mold.
I like
Koundé's going to Real.
Yeah, Koundé's a good shout.
I like Koundé.
All right, then fine. But then we stick with what we have for another season then.
Yeah, I mean, dude, hold on. If Varane is going to PSG, somebody in that team is not going to be happy.
Yeah,
Kimpembe.
They have a lot of center backs.
Kimpembe, because it won't be Marquinhos. One sec, guys. One sec. DJD Live says, big up the panel. Shout out, Lewis. Love the channel. Much appreciated, mate. What are your chances of getting Lewandowski, or is it just rumors? Bro, that is just rumors. There is no chance of getting Lewandowski. What's the train of logic behind Lewandowski coming to Chelsea? Is he meant to be on his way out? Are they meant to be? Haaland's meant to be replacement, but it's meant to be next season, isn't it?
Yeah. He said yesterday that he still loves the city and he's still close to the club. That tells me he's not planning. His mind's not in a position to think of leaving this season.
Apparently, the only way he'll leave, he said that he wants to go to Real Madrid, and the only way he'll go to Madrid is if Real sell Benzema, and Benzema won't leave.
Go to Real Madrid? Why would he go to?
Because it's Real Madrid.
It's just another big club.
It's Real Madrid. He wants to he'll start had a few league titles and bounce.
But it's just for the name value in itself.
Every kid like that.
If he leaves next season. He doesn't leave this summer.
I mean,
so
Lewis,
Lewandowski to Chelsea defo ain't happening, bro.
Ain't we
Appreciate the
attractive enough, man?
donation.
We're the champions of Europe, bruv. Like, we should be attracting all of these guys. You know what I mean?
I'm so sick
Yeah,
of
but
the Real
Lewandowski
Madrid
ain't
stuff.
coming to Chelsea, bro.
And they've won the Champions
And
League.
I don't really
as a
want
side.
him, to be honest. I'd rather we get Lukaku, someone who can last a few more years.
Somebody
And
who can
Lukaku, man. Fucking hell.
Yo,
I'm still anti Lukaku.
Wait, we get Tomori £30 million plus Emerson. That's like
It's not
65.
£30 million. It's 25
Jen, you're
million.
still not sold
Wait,
on
Tomori.
Lukaku.
No, I was talking about Tomori.
I am not sold on any striker that comes to
25 million
Chelsea,
pounds.
Xavi.
28 million euro.
Wait, not even Kane. Jam, not even Kane.
Well, Harry Kane would be my choice. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but barring him, I don't get happy about strikers in Chelsea. It doesn't work for me. Like,
To be honest, I understand why though. 'cause
they got scored 6 goals this season. So I still don't care.
True.
But Jem, did you say we need creator or clinical striker, Jem?
We need a clinical striker, but still, until they put the shirt on and actually hit them digits, then I'm not going to sit here and get gassed about a striker coming to Chelsea.
The thing is for me, the thing is for me, I don't just want. Well, I love it, but I don't just want one guy getting 30, 40 goals. Spread it around the team.
Crap.
We need it around the team. We've had Hazard for 7 years, who we had to rely on for everything, basically. I don't want to have that again.
That's facts.
Look at Bayern Munich, for example, over both legs, because they don't have Lewandowski. They get knocked out against PSG, and they shouldn't have got knocked out with the chances they had. Real Madrid fall apart without Ronaldo.
They're also missing Gnabry.
Barcelona will fall apart without Messi. I don't want to have to rely on one player again.
I get so sick of like the Real Barca talks. Like when you look at both those squads are shit, dude. They're aging squads. They're like people they love the name Real. They love the idea of playing at Real Madrid. But if you look at those squads,
Lewis, there's an answer to that chat that you've got there. You know that you've just brought up as well.
Yeah, Marin's saying it's a buyer's market. Expect Seaton to revise their prices. Owner lose their club if they don't pay back Oaktree's loan in 3 years. So £350 million or something similar to that amount they have to pay back in the space of 3 years.
Yeah, and it's like they owe.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
you know what? If we put a good bid for Lukaku, I feel like we could really test interest as well.
They still owe Man United 30 million. They still owe Man United like 30 million for it.
They don't make any money. They don't make any money on Lukaku.
Yeah, they literally
the fee doesn't go to them. That's the whole point. That's why there's no point to them selling Lukaku. That's why they're so adamant next to not doing it, because they don't make any. The fee doesn't go to them. It goes to United. So they need to sell other players so that, to make the money back. So they've got players that they can sell.
Their best chance of making the most money in one immediate
But
sell.
they don't get the fee. The fee goes to United. They had a contract agreement.
Well, that's their fault for owing so many clubs. And
That's the same thing for Hakimi
What about
too.
this?
Same for Hakimi.
What about this? Would you guys rather have Hakimi or Lukaku, and we get another striker or a better option?
Depends if we're going to stay in a back three or go to a back four. If we're going to a back four, you don't need a Hakimi because he's not a fullback. He's a wing back. He cannot play fullback in the Premier League. He'll get eaten up.
True, but what if we are sticking with a back five?
If we're sticking in the back five, then we don't need a holding DM. So that would say we wouldn't need a riser.
We need another midfielder in general, not necessarily.
We need a deep line distributor. That's what we need. Someone who can play the ball.
Not in the back three, because the center back is the deep line distributor.
No,
that's what Jorginho
is. Yes, they are.
He's a deep line distributor.
They're not progressive.
He doesn't do it well.
But Jorginho is a deep line distributor.
He doesn't do it
so
well.
we need another one.
Yeah, they're not progressive enough.
Jorginho doesn't do it as well as he should.
Clone Christensen.
That's my point. We need another one. But yeah, my thing is, if we can get Hakimi and say, because the thing is, I don't think Lukaku might genuinely not leave this summer. Kane might not leave this summer, nor will Haaland. If we sign, say, Hakimi, and if we can get someone like Sancho, and we stick with a back, we keep Havertz playing false, and maybe Werner kicks into form. Yeah, Mason Mount starts getting more goals. I'd rather have that.
Come on,
you cannot bring another attacking player in without switching formations. You cannot bring another attacking player in without switching formations, because.
Do you know when are we going to switch formation, just in case?
I don't look. if you bring it, let's say whoever you bring in is going to start, right? You're not going to bring in a Sancho, a Lukaku, whoever you want to say. You're not going to bring them in to sit on the bench, so they're going to start.
Yeah.
In the formation we have now, there are 3 attacking positions on the field. So the new signing is going to take one of those. Who's the other 2?
It's 2 sides. There's 2 places in the team.
I don't get what the issue is with that though, Jester.
Yeah.
What's your point?
Sure.
There's
Okay.
2 places. There's
Then
2
you
places.
name me those attacking 3. The new signing, and what's the other 2?
Well, you can put Mason Mount in there. You can put Kai Havertz in there. You can put Timo Werner with a striker and switch Werner with Havertz. Eventually, it's all about rotation. Tuchel doesn't stick with the same front 3. We should know this by now. He always likes rotating them anyway. And if you can keep a striker up front, like Lukaku, for example, and then switch Mount with Havertz eventually, or Werner with Havertz and Ziyech. I think Ziyech is the one that's going to miss out, to be honest.
Okay, but Jim, what you're telling Johnny is Mason Mount would not be a nailed-on starter every match.
No, but he will be a starter. But what I'm talking about is rotation in games. So if it gets to 50, 60 minutes and we need to change something, maybe he comes off and a Pulisic comes on, or a Havertz comes off, or a Werner comes off. I don't know. But once we've got a striker that's clinical and putting the ball in the back of the net, then he will be the certain starter, and he'll probably foresee the 90 minutes anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Tuchel's going to fit the system around Mount, regardless, whatever system he plays, whether it's a 4 at the back or a 3 at the back. He'll fit it around money mates. That's a fact. Let's have it right.
We had a manager who did that and got sacked.
Well, I wouldn't say that really, because
no, Johnny, Johnny. It's not even worth it, bro. You can't argue.
Rigid.
It's not a point that's debatable, bro. He fully built the team around him and he got sacked.
Listen,
I'll say more the academy players. It's the academy players in general.
Money Mace win the Euros for England and then get his Ballon d'Or. Which
Johnny, don't forget he nominated for the PFA.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. It's coming. It's on the way, mate. It's on the way.
I actually have I got something that I'm holding on to see how England do in the Euros. And if they get washed out early in the Euros, I'm going to have a big hot take. That's going to.
I want to hear this hot take. Go on.
You want to hear it now?
Go ahead, say it.
If England gets washed early, here's the hot take: the U.S. will win a World Cup before England will.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Mad.
USA.
I can't see that, man.
Jester, did you see the game that they played against Switzerland?
Yeah,
we got too many good players.
Well, I support Jamaica because I'm from Jamaica.
You know what? He might have a point because this whole thing, we have too many good players. I remember your golden generation with Lampard and Gerrard and Rooney. I remember all of them flopping in tournaments, so maybe. And
then you see what Pulisic did on the weekend. He's inspiring a golden generation of America.
I mean, look,
you better watch
he's wrong about America. Maybe he's wrong about America.
And they're all going to be Chelsea fans. You love to see it.
You just have 5-year-olds.
I want that though. A big USA golden generation, and they all said they watched Christian Pulisic at Chelsea and got inspired. Do you know how gassed that would make me? A whole golden generation would want to come to Chelsea as the pinnacle of all clubs.
Hey, wait, Lewis.
That's all I want,
man.
But Lewis, who is Christensen inspiring though?
The Danish centre backs. When we have another Danish Maldini come round in 20 years, they're going to say they were inspired by Christensen. Come on, man.
Have you seen that Simon Phillips Instagram post about Haaland?
Nah, what's he saying?
He's saying that it's not off the cards, man. He's quite interested.
Oh, he's 150 million quid and a 1 million a week wages. Like, I'm not interested. I don't want that, bro. No, I want Lukaku, bro. I want Lukaku over him because I want a striker that will hit the ground running.
No, once I heard the news, Lukaku, I will be honest with that one.
Bro, nah, man, I'm done with this Bundesliga bullshit. I need someone who will turn up immediately.
Exactly.
Not someone who needs a year.
Exactly.
He's seen the minerals, Haaland. He knows that.
But you don't think Haaland will bang 20 goals a season?
He's got to go to Chelsea.
No, not in his first season.
Why not?
Listen,
because they have to adapt to playing low blocks every week instead of playing in open matches like in the Bundesliga.
We're missing sitters at the moment, and if we had a clinical striker at the end of them, like a Haaland, and it's not that we ain't creating them. If we had a striker like Haaland at the end of these shots, he'd easily get 15 to 20 goals.
hold
a
on,
season.
Nah, a bit of
Jem,
both. I'd also say look at the quality of chances
Like
they make as
Champions League
well.
final will be up 2-0 by
the
halfway.
point is in the Bundesliga, the amount of time and space and continuous chances someone like Haaland and even Werner is always getting, they're always going to bang goals. Haaland is not experienced enough to be able to immediately adapt and hit
Is
the ground
Haaland
running.
missing Werner's shots? That's what I'm asking you. Is Haaland missing Werner's chances this season?
He's
No.
missing some of them, yes. However,
Were we seeing Werner missing? Jem. Were we seeing big Werner misses last season?
Yeah, yes, but hold on. Also, take into the context of he's coming to a new league to adapt. Haaland's been playing for what, 2 years now, maybe 3. And he's yet to have a season where he's dipped. He's young. He's going to dip. And if next season we're saying that we should at least challenge for the title or maybe try and retain the Champions League, we can't have any of our players that we bring in dip. That's why we need an experienced striker. Haaland's not an experienced striker. He's not ready. I don't think he's even ready for a move yet. I think
He's a
still
goal
needs to
scorer,
stay.
though. He's a clinical goal scorer.
Yeah, but so
in the
is Kane.
Bundesliga, bro. But fucking Paco Alcacer and Batshuayi did 1 goal a game.
I got a question though.
Stats,
You see that chance that Warner kicked right at the keeper in Champions League final? Is Haaland not scoring that?
He's not missing that, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's not missing them chances.
No,
He doesn't miss, man.
Manchester City are one of the few teams that actually play open in the Premier League. Like, that's the difference, though. You're going to play about 10, 12 low blocks a season from each club. And that's per game, so you double that and it's 24.
You don't think he's physical enough to play against low blocks?
I think he can adapt. He can adapt to it in time, but we don't have time. We need instant players right now.
The thing about these low block teams is we need that person in the final third that could play that little slip in ball, like a Fabregas or something like that. That's the thing.
That's why we also need a destroyer DM as well that can ping the ball.
Jem, are you saying Haaland comes in and immediately hits the ground running?
Yes.
I think so.
I
think so.
Yeah,
Jem, how about this?
If we create the chances that we did this season and it's Haaland at the end of them, he's scoring them.
All right, cool.
Fair enough. Listen, Jem, I want you to be right. I want you to be right.
Yeah. Can we just say this?
I just don't want to take risks anymore. Like, I want us to go for something that will work. And I think Lukaku is guaranteed to work immediately. Whereas Haaland, you need to give him a season at least to get to the level that he's at in the Bundesliga right now. And for £150 million, I don't think we're going to be that patient.
I think it would be a lot closer to Man City. Yeah. But based on last season, it would be a lot closer to Man City if Haaland was playing in our team.
I don't think so.
More games.
Erling Haaland is a different breed. He's a different breed, guys. I don't think when you look at when Diego Costa came to Chelsea, like the type of physical player he is a slightly different player than Haaland, but he didn't have any time to adapt. He was scoring goals straight on.
Yeah.
And I think the problem with Haaland is just a matter of, can you get him? Does he want to come, and can you get him? Other than that, I think he would bag goals from the jump.
How old was Costa when he came?
He's got
I'll give you the fact that he's older.
26 prime. In his prime, about to enter his prime.
Diego Costa at Erling Haaland's age wasn't bagging 41 goals a season.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but Haaland's gonna have a dip, and I don't want that to be when we need to win something.
Yeah, but Prime, Haaland's dip could be from 25 goals to 15 goals, but provided everyone else actually scores, Werner's, Mounts, Havertz's, it doesn't matter. That's my point. So he can have that dip of not scoring 20.
And
plus
you know
goals.
what? Yeah, Haaland will
still
be
hitting
coming
double
in.
digits.
Any striker, but if it is Haaland, yeah, he's coming into a side with winning mentality.
Exactly.
They know what it takes to win the biggest trophy. He will slot right in, no problem, mate. Tuchel will manage him perfectly. So for me, I ain't got worried, man. I ain't worried about that.
I hope so, genuinely.
Let me ask this
We ain't
question.
getting him anyway, so don't worry about it.
He might come, Jem. He might come, mate.
Big up Tommy Hollis saying all we need is a goal scorer and we are unstoppable. We're one step away from it if we do get. Myron Phillips saying why would we sign a Raiola client? His agent fees are pricing out Donnarumma from all clubs and he's on a free. Yeah, I've heard he's now offering Donnarumma to other clubs at lower wages and AC Milan were originally going to give him. Because I think clubs are literally running out of patience with him like that. And that's exactly what I want us to have the same energy with him too. If he tries to have us on 1 million a week wages with some stupid ass agent fee or something similar to that load of BS, I don't want it because he's not going to produce instant results for us. Santana Man also saying Haaland has more goals in Champions League than games played.
True.
But in the Premier League, you are playing 10 to 12 low blocks. This is the thing I'm saying. I've heard people saying Lukaku struggled in Man United as well. That he didn't struggle against the smaller teams. And those are the ones that play low blocks. Everyone called him a flat bully and everything like that.
When we play against low blocks, we still make 2 or 3 really good chances to score. Yeah. And if it's Timo Werner, if it's Pulisic, if it's whatever, yeah, they've missed them chances.
But Haaland in the Bundesliga gets more chances per game. He's not used to having like 1 or 2 chances in a match.
Yeah, but he only needs to sniff. The guy,
No, but you're not listening. I just said in the Bundesliga, he faces a lot more chances per game. He doesn't have that 1 or 2 chance a game sort of tally that he would have in the Premier League.
But Lewis, he's more clinical than all the other strikers in the Premiership.
That's what I'd say. Yeah.
I'd say he just scores more goals compared to just being more clinical because he gets more chances in the Bundesliga.
What's it compared to Harry Kane?
I have to check the stats. I can't lie.
Interesting.
Here's the stats. Here's the stats. 41 goals and 12 assists in 41 games this year.
Yes,
that's ridiculous.
Haaland's missed 32 big chances this season. That's more big chances than Werner's missed.
Yeah, but he's also had a lot more. All right, that's fair enough.
Right, so he's had more chances.
Yeah.
Well, no, because he's had more. He's probably had more. He's had 32 big chances. What in overall? Is they talking that he's missed? What does he mean by that? He's missed.
No, he's missed 32 big chances, and then if you add that to all the goals that he scored this season as well, he's probably had more chances than our entire club has had in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, but if he's getting like 90 shots, say, and he's missing 32 of them, that's still not bad, is it? That's my point.
Well, no, because we need someone more clinical than that.
That's 60 goals.
We need someone who's clinical. And he's going to have to adapt to be that player. And he will, but we won't have the time for it. We need someone who's going to hit the ground running, which is why I'm saying I would rather we go and get Lukaku, someone who has done it in the Premier League. Someone who has good link-up play and hold-up play as well.
Exactly. That's the most important thing that everyone has not even bothered mentioning. Is this link-up play thing is fully a different a dynamic to a player's entire. If we're sticking like a player's entire criteria, if we're sticking with this back three, we don't need just a goal scorer. We need somebody, yes, a goal scorer, but he's gonna have to be able to create for his teammates as well, especially in a system that only has 3 offensive players. So Lukaku would not be in the same conversation with Haaland here because Haaland is a one-dimensional. You're going to get us goals. On the other hand, Lukaku's going to score plus make the goals or assist the goals as well. So it's not.
Haaland does that too. Haaland does that too.
Haaland does that as well.
12 assists.
He does do that. So for whatever you could say, okay, you can say that he's unproven. That's about the only thing you can say about Haaland. He's not proven in the best league in the world.
If anything, Haaland plays in a Dortmund team that's more like Chelsea than Lukaku plays in an Inter Milan. The Inter Milan team set up very strong, solid. They keep the ball well, but the Dortmund team is a bit like Chelsea. And you look at the way they play and the way they link up.
We spent an hour on one person, so let's talk about the striker that's leaving the club, or the two strikers.
Abraham.
Hammy.
We know Giroud's gone as well. He's going to probably AC Milan.
Yeah, I thought Inter Milan
would be interesting. Is it true Conte's going to Spurs? Is that true?
That's the word.
I actually think it might be happening.
Well, listen, Conte, if Spurs fans think Mourinho's bad, Conte will rip them apart.
Oh. They're playing a low block, and they're.
Jose was just petty. Conte will shout at these men.
But the thing is, I swear, Mourinho wasn't even that bad in terms of his toxicity. He called Luke Shaw fat, and he was praising Eric Dyer and Sanchez. So I don't think Mourinho was even that bad. Trust me, Conte will blow a gasket.
I want to know what he was saying to Dele Alli, because they definitely fallen out.
They're bringing in Juve's director of football too. That worked with Conte at Juve. The same guy. He's coming in as well.
People are saying could this mean Lukaku goes to Spurs with Conte? If Harry Kane, wait. If Harry Kane went to Manchester City and Lukaku went to Spurs,
we'd have to get
I
Haaland.
don't even want to imagine that.
We'd have to get Haaland, man.
We'd have to get
Our hands would be tied at that point. Our hands would be tied at that point. Even I wouldn't say shit.
He'll come to us.
150 million.
Champions League.
We would be. Oh, that's disgusting.
I know,
and we got to deal with Raiola after that.
That's just modern ball. You know, the prices
are you going to care
are
when
what
he's
they
winning
are.
us games and helping us win titles?
Well, when we need contract negotiations and then we have to deal with Raiola, I will care.
Yeah, but we have Marina.
But
Marina's the
Marina versus Raiola. I don't even want to be in the negotiation room for that.
I'd love to be in that, man.
As much as people don't like Raiola, and he is a dickhead, he is what he does with Man United in terms of trying to get Pogba to leave and always speaking in the media. I don't think he'll necessarily do that to us or to other clubs if the player is actually getting what they're told that they're going to get in terms of, one, their money, and two, being competitive and winning trophies.
By the way, Lukaku would probably not want to go to Spurs. He'd probably prefer to play Champions League than Conference League. So
it makes no sense why Conte's going Spurs. Why would you need Milan to go Spurs?
To get back
it's another project.
You know what? Conte at Everton would be dope as shit. Conte at Everton would be dope as shit. That's where he needs to go. He needs to go to Everton.
Yeah,
his style better.
Who's that long-term project? Yeah, proceed to lose Conte and Kimi. I don't know, man. You said long-term project.
I want to know how Arsenal fans are going to feel. Mourinho, Conte, all going to Spurs. These men are running around.
I can guarantee it won't go long. It won't go long though. Like they would give him a year until they.
Yeah, Everton's got bent over a barrel by the stuff that happened with Ancelotti.
I can guarantee this.
Yeah, that shit was absolute.
They're gonna give Conte a year until Conte starts complaining about the board not backing him to sign the player that he wants. The only club that he can be happy is probably PSG.
That's a good shout.
Juve.
Good shout.
That's Juve do.
That's our club.
There's no question. At Spurs, at Spurs, he'll be lucky to get one player a season that he wants, if that. You know.
I've got to shoot, guys. I'll see you later on. Yeah, have a good day.
All right, Jim.
Have a good one.
Yeah, Chris, you might as well jump in now, G.
So, if Conte knows Levy is a proper pronouncing a dickhead, so he's gonna put measure in place, so letting him know he needs players to make that team work. Italian coaches doesn't play about. They're not messing around, aren't they?
And Conte will throw his remember his second season with us. Conte will throw his toys out at the pram, and he will throw games. It's gonna be beautiful if that happens to Spurs.
And what does that look like for them? They'll have now gone through 3 highly regarded managers in Europe and have won nothing.
I think Conte and
Coach Mourinho and Conte are all fairly highly regarded managers.
It's called Daniel Levy.
Hasn't won anything really.
No, but he's still regarded as a decent manager. I'm not saying he's like a champion or anything, but
and the thing is, Conte will be doing that without Kane.
Yep.
Because Kane will either leave this summer or they'll bring in Conte and Kane will leave next summer. And then Conte will get sacked eventually, which is what he wants.
But here's the thing. If Conte comes, I don't expect Kane to move for at least another season. Unless that donkey Levy gets the silly money.
If Kane doesn't go this season, he'll never leave.
No, what we need is at the Euros. I need Reece James and I need Mason Mount all around his neck the whole summer with their Champions League medals. Just like, lean on this. This looks nice, man. Kane, where's yours, man? You should come here and win one for yourself. Just really stick your finger in the wound and twist and everything. And then when he goes back, it's like, no, I'm not saying this shit club. You lot embarrassing.
His golden boot.
You got to think Conte. Would.
Yeah, he's got the individual awards. I forgot. That's his own.
I think Conte would only agree to join if Levy says he won't sell Kane. Like that, you can't go say, "Oh, I'm going to a club. There's high ambition there," and then they just sold the best player that they've ever had.
Yeah, but Levy would sign him and then sell Kane because that's the way Levy is.
Levy will sell Kane and bring in Tammy.
What?
Seriously, sorry.
The bill, isn't it? Put it on the table.
Leave Tammy alone, man. Leave Tammy alone.
I feel
We are leaving Tammy alone. He's probably going to another club.
He's going to West Ham.
Wants to have Tammy. He's a
I really,
champion.
no, honestly though, I really want to see Tammy Abraham in that West Ham team because watching them play with Mikel Antonio and without Mikel Antonio.
Why would you want to send a Champions League winner to a Europa League team, though?
Bring us Rice, man.
What?
Bring us Declan Rice, man, in return.
Ryan's saying come in, bro. He's going to cost more than 80 million now he's at a Europa League team.
Johnny, the next thing you're going to
Tammy 40 million.
I don't want.
Johnny, Johnny, the next thing you're gonna
Nah.
say, Declan Rice got the minerals. He's gonna play alongside Mason Mount next season.
He wouldn't play
Johnny,
alongside
he's
Mason
like
Mount.
22 anyway. We got time. He's 22.
Listen, just get whoever Tuchel.
I'm gonna be real. Rice's stats they ain't even really impressed me much like that. I can't lie to you.
Bring that up there.
For 80 million, it really isn't worth it. Do I still have the Jordan?
they're overpriced.
It's not even a conversation, bro.
They're overpriced.
Is that?
Let's have it right.
And then you're talking about worth it. Is Haaland worth like 500k a week and like 150 plus million when you can get Lukaku for 60 million and a lot cheaper?
According to some, yeah.
Chris, from a business standpoint, it really is. It really, really is.
Hey, Lewis.
Why?
Well, no, business standpoint,
standpoint,
Haaland's got a resale value. Lukaku don't.
Here it is.
No, not
I
only,
know, but Lukaku's an experienced player.
Yeah, look at the difference in stats, man. And for 80 million
60
quid, I ain't
nothing.
interested in this guy. That's CBA.
So Tammy's contract ends in 23 as well. His current market value is £36 million.
So,
Sorry, took you out. My bad.
I think Jorginho's a better
Go on,
player.
Jessica. What were you saying?
I said Tammy's contract ends in 2023, and he is worth £36 million. That's his value. So £40 million is not out of the question.
No, yeah, I think he's going to go for 40, 50 million easily this season. Or hopefully this season. See, you need to get some game time somewhere.
hey, Lewis, are you able to bring up a graphic from Instagram?
Yeah, if you put up on the share screen, I can put it up.
I don't know if I can get it up. It's on Trevor Chaloba's Instagram.
If you can't get it up, there's a pill for that.
Trevor Chaloba's Instagram. Hold on.
Yeah. If you look at
with the
Trevor,
minerals,
if you look at Trevor Chaloba's Instagram, he posted a graphic yesterday about I think it was like interceptions in the world top 5 leagues last year.
Oh, it's a UWK scout, isn't it? Yeah. Hold on.
It was
Wait.
pretty interesting group of players on there.
What was that?
All right, I'll share screen. I got it.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Father.
Yeah, let's see.
no wonder Declan Rice. It's understandable why they put 80 million. He has a bunch of time left on his contract as well.
Yeah. So look, this is most interceptions in the top 5 leagues. So there you have Trevor Chaloba on there, and then you have Tuchel on there. I think both get big time. I think Trevor Chaloba gets a look this summer for sure. But I don't see, no Rice.
Rice.
Chouamini for me. That guy is a baller. He's going to be.
He's an incredible
I
football player.
want Camavinga, man.
Now Chouamini's bigger.
Camavinga.
He's bigger.
Camavinga is a FIFA merchant, man. Come on.
Camavinga, they won 100 million for him.
Yeah, he's
They
a
put a
FIFA
100 million
merchant.
price tag on him.
Oh, not sure,
That's
man.
because PSG put in a 60 million
He's
bid.
the ultimate team merchant.
I look at how Conor Gallagher is mad.
Yeah, I
81.
would give Colin Gallagher a shout on the bench.
Conor Gallagher has done amazing for West Brom, man. It's
Wait, we haven't talked about
going on loan to Palace next.
who are we taking back from our loan?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nobody.
Gay might be the only one.
I
Gay,
can't lie. Just
Mark Gay needs to go on loan to a Premier League club.
I think he's going to stay with us next year.
Tuchel
I really
said
do.
he's gonna analyze every
Feels
one
a
of them.
bit too early. Like, he's a quality player and everything, but I still think he needs that bit more development.
But if we don't bring a center back in and one goes out, you have to bring another one in. And Gueye is, look, he got back-to-back man of the match as a defender. Okay, we've got N'Golo Kante who's done that. Not to compare the two, It doesn't happen that often. It usually goes to an offensive player for man of the match, and he got it back to back, even though his last game they got run, but that's because of the quality of the team. I saw him play in preseason. Was it not preseason? I guess it was a couple of games in preseason that we actually had, and he played, and he was good. You can tell that he belongs at this level. So I would not have any problems bringing him back, and Tuchel has said as much, that he's a fan.
Neither do I. But it's just, I still think going a season with limited game time wouldn't do the best for his development.
But he would play he would play in the cup games. That's why you need to stay in the Carabao Cup and not go out. Early FA Cup rounds, early Champions League rounds. He'd get game time because Thiago Silva is going to be another year older, and we just saw he landed funny and did his groin. So there should be heavy rotation in that back line.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. Middle centre back, we already got the options. Right centre back, as long as we don't get another right wing back, it will still just be more Christensen VAC, and then Christian VAC, Azpilicueta, and then potentially Reece James in that position as well. Left centre back's the only real debate because it's usually just Rudiger v Zuma, and it's just Rudiger starting most of the games.
Right.
Does Mark Gay play right centre back or left centre back?
He can play either one.
I think he played left for Swansea though.
Yeah, he played left for Swansea.
Okay, if he played left for Swansea, then I'm more interested in that now. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm for that.
When he played under Frank, he played on the left side for us too.
Yes, he did.
Okay,
Chalobah has played mostly right center back for Lorient this year. Right center back and I guess a little bit of right wing back, but mostly right center back for them.
Do we need like literally centre back? Is it necessary or is it precaution?
Well, Zuma, I think, is gone this summer.
I take a centre back.
Zuma's gone.
If we pay big money for it, it has to be the right one.
You know what? I really wish Tuchel would just come out and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna play this formation next year," just to make it easier.
No, they're gonna have the preseason camp in Dublin anyway. So
when is it?
The July-ish after the Euros, they're gonna have like a preseason in Dublin.
Okay, all right. Because we have our Club World Cup game against Villarreal is like August.
Hold on,
Super Cup.
Sorry, preseason in Dublin.
Right, my bad. But it's
training camp in Dublin.
No. I heard you. But I'm just saying.
Adama is going to be there.
I was just trying to figure out.
Prime, are you from Dublin?
Yeah, I grew up in Ireland. Yeah, Dublin.
I didn't even know that, man. Mad. Fair enough. Perfect for you then, at least. Scott and Fata, what were you saying, bro?
I was gonna say if he's like, let's say if he start the training camp early, like I don't know, maybe before the Euro finals in it, but I would think he want to get that loan back as soon as possible after his holiday. Because who's the loanee that? Gehi is still on loan in Swansea. Gallagher, I would want to assess those loanee players before Tuchel made this decision.
Yeah, all those loan players are back because there were 1 year loans. I don't think we had anybody on a multiple year loan.
Yeah. And you got to think those first few preseason games.
Yeah. Ampadu's back as well.
Yeah.
Ampapu. Yeah, he's back.
Leave him alone.
Come on, Jester.
Leave him alone. Bro. I'm not gonna
Jester.
Leave him alone, bro. Leave him alone.
Where would he play in our team?
If we're gonna go like centre back, might as well think about DM. But I think DM wise, I think we're gonna have to wait till maybe after the Euros at least.
But to be honest, like it's not going to be very hard to see which of the youngsters are going to be getting a shout, right? Because it's going to be the ones that can play multiple positions. Like you talk about Ampadu that can play CDM and center back. He's probably
not going to get a shot in this season. He's not good enough.
They're in preseason, bro. Let Tuchel make his decision.
Let's say if we go to back four, I think somewhere in the middle of the season, who can we bring in though?
Would you guys?
Chouamini would be the only DM that we probably.
Would you guys try and tempt LaBelle?
Who?
Pogba.
Paul Pogba.
I would. I'd love Pogba.
Yeah, I would love
I
that.
said
That dude's a cancer.
Real attack.
I said try.
That would be
How old is he
cancer.
now? How old is he now?
29.
28,
28.
29, yeah.
He's just turned
28.
28.
We need to move
I
that.
would do it. I would do it. I would do it.
Pogba's a cancer. Don't
How?
bring him in.
I don't care.
Yeah.
What do you mean? How?
My problem is with Pogba is Real attack. That's it.
He will get
Yeah.
you have a whole bunch of
If you're talking about
What has Pogba won?
We're talking about Haaland and Donnarumma.
He's won stuff with Juventus and a couple things
the
with
World
United,
Cup.
but
I said
the thing,
lately.
the thing of United lately, especially, Ollie's been there for like almost like 3 years, and Ollie's not a very good manager. And like, what would we win maybe
And
with
he's
it?
been playing him at left mid. Like what?
Again,
Exactly.
if you bring him in, he starts. That means
I'm
one
not
of
saying
the
he should get
midfielders
him.
do not play.
I'm not saying he should. We should get him. I'm not even saying he will come. But if there's a small chance to even try, is it worth trying?
No,
Yes.
Absolutely no.
absolutely not.
I think it's worth.
It's all
I think it's
dependent
worth
how much
trying, but
prime.
Wait, Mo, why not, Mo?
And for me, I think Pogba is just not in terms of the age group of players that we have and us wanting to build a dynasty. I don't feel like getting someone that's of that age. I like what he represents as a footballer. I think he's a very good footballer. But generally speaking, I just feel like I want to build a team that is going to be lost in the next 5 to 10 years, not necessarily someone that I can just bring in and it's going to cover up the cracks for me temporarily. Like, so, and I also don't know how much Man United will be willing to sell him for. So that to me is just another stumbling block straight up.
To me, he doesn't even feel a need. He's a box to box midfielder.
he could play as a deep line.
I heard this. I think
He's
there's
too
a.
lazy in defense.
I think there's a
When
stat
you
that.
have N'Golo Kante next to you, you don't really have to do much.
Well, I think there's a stat with France when Pogba and Conte have played together. France has never lost.
That's France
See,
though. It's not like the rest of the
This is
team.
the problem with stats in it. When they're brought up is when they get broken in there. So why do we need to bring it up, guys?
No, I don't think there's any chance
Everyone
that we
bringing
get.
stats,
Pogba.
but they're
There's
good
no chance.
players,
I don't think there's
though.
any
They're good
chance we get
players.
Pogba.
You put Pogba next to a hardworking DM and where he could just play and create because he has that vision that nobody in our team has. Like that over the top or finding somebody, from deep that he can
If I hear
bring.
somebody say Jorginho on my life, bro, on my life.
You know what? Forget I mentioned Pogba.
Yeah.
You mentioned him though,
All
but
I'm saying is,
I've always
It's an interesting It's
thought
interesting.
about that. Like he would do well in our team.
if people are willing to back Pogba, but say hell no to Hazard, I don't know, man. I have bad questions in it. But carry on, guys.
Right. What about?
I'll say hell no to both of them.
I wouldn't say Hazard the same because Hazard's been injured a lot lately. That's why people don't want him.
The thing
I would
about
take
Hazard
back,
that
but
is dangerous is like we want him to maintain his legend status. If he comes back and then messes it like has a bad run or is like not himself, it's just like you're gonna be like, "I told you so." Why did we do it in the first place? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just leave him.
Thank God Drogba did. We didn't have to deal with that with Drogba.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's just a chance. There's the chance that it's not necessarily worth taking.
But the thing
But
with Drogba is,
according to at least one of the panelists, we had the best midfielder in England already on our team.
but the thing is though with
You're not
Drogba,
right.
that.
we knew when Drogba came back.
Just can't help him, bro. He takes shots whenever he gets a shot.
The thing is,
But that's according to Johnny. He's the best midfielder in the Premier League. Is
the
Mason
thing
Mount?
is with Drogba when
Am I
he
wrong?
He is.
Hold on, y'all.
let's not go too
Yo,
far.
you can't-
Money!
you can't chat to Johnny
Bro,
at that
I'm
Champions
getting
League
no.
win.
I'm
Nobody-
saying
He's got a CL, man.
Forget about Pogba, man. Screw
He's
that.
got Champions League, yes, but
Wait,
he
go on,
doesn't.
bro.
He ain't
Not
gonna compete to
not
like a De
only
Bruyne.
his assist
Wait.
was for the winning goal.
Wait.
Oh yeah, no, but like that was down to like Tuchel, the goalkeeper,
That
Mason
ball,
Mount,
and
Werner,
Werner's
and
run
Kai
as well.
Havertz.
You can't
You
give
clocked
Werner
that with
props there
Tuchel,
as
Chris.
well.
You clocked that with
Huh?
Tuchel, innit?
Brian,
You clocked
Brian,
that.
what you want to say,
You
Brian?
clocked what
Yeah,
Tuchel
Brian.
did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Brian,
Yeah,
Brian, what you want to say, Brian?
the thing is with Drogba when he came back, we all knew that he was coming in as backup or more or less morale for the changing room. I don't necessarily think we need to bring Hazard back, but if we get our business done and there's a chance to bring him back on a cheap, and he's here for 2-3 years and he retires here, not as a first team player, but just part of the squad I don't even think that's a bad thing per se. I don't think that does not ruin his legacy at all, because we know what he would be here for.
Under that context, yes, that's fine. We know
that's not gonna happen.
I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not even saying I want it to happen. But if
can you keep him happy enough? Can you keep him happy in that supporting role? Is the question.
Yes.
Our club.
Yes, you would. We play so many games anyway. Hazard would get game time. Plus, if we could get Hazard fit and firing, firing Eden Hazard is dangerous. And
There's a lot of ifs in there. A lot of ifs.
I'm not even saying I want him to come back. We're going with that possibility, so I'm just answering that possibility.
Yeah. And did you see the headlines on Football Daily that Hazard rejects Chelsea and PSG? You got to have an offer to reject in the first place.
I think that's just him trying to save face with the Real fans.
Yeah, there was a press conference after we won the Champions League, and there was an English journalist asking Hazard about his thoughts on Chelsea winning the Champions League, and you could see how shook he was because of the Madrid factors over the last week. So he's like, he said, like, I'm not happy because Real Madrid didn't win it. I'm a Real Madrid player. I'm on a 3-year contract. I'm not going to England. He just dropped everything out there immediately. And you can see how awkward it was for him as well. I can only imagine he's had to go through the last few weeks.
They want him out.
He did say he was happy for a few of his friends on the team, but that all that was trying to save face with Madrid fans, you know?
Yeah, he had to make sure he said the right thing.
It's like if he does end up staying. All right,
Speaking about, I don't know, because I would like to get Euro expert to come on in about Tchouaméni, but I don't know if he's available or not. Because
this Conte rumor is only getting stronger and stronger. Yeah. Shit,
it's gonna happen.
I'm not against it happening, to be honest. But you know what? Actually, I'm fully for it because that I don't think that's fully gonna help him.
Again, why would Conte wanna come to
Lewis, get Myron in here, bro.
It's probably
that is in a bad
put the link in the chat anyway.
Patrick, let's be honest, dog. It's probably they're probably paying him a bag.
Yeah, Myron, you should drop me a DM, bro. If it's Instagram or Twitter, just let me know, man.
I mean, this is Tottenham. They're probably paying the man's a bag.
No question.
Well, I can tell you this: like next season, I'm not sure about Tottenham, man. I'm not sure.
No. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not terrified.
What do you mean you're not sure about Tottenham?
Because my issue is, it's not that I don't like Conte to be at Tottenham, but
I don't like Conte to be at Tottenham. I'll say it.
No way. Thing is,
I love Conte. He'll feel like Jose when he joins.
Listen, I want him at Spurs because if they hate Mourinho so much, they should not want Conte, and they will expose. He will
exactly the same.
Conte will be the guy who exposes everything wrong with that club. So do it.
I don't see why Conte would want to go to Tottenham. Prime, Chelsea in a way.
Prime, do you want them to fail? We all want them to fail anyway. So if Conte gonna come to Tottenham, and then Daniel Levy comes out, all right, I'm gonna sell Harry Kane. Conte doesn't want to do that, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, right? I don't think Conte will fail personally. I look at what Mourinho did at Spurs. I personally don't think he failed, but Spurs fans did, and also they didn't like his style of football, and things turned toxic. Conte will do the same thing Mourinho did. He will have them hovering in that top 4 battle, but they won't get top 4. He will try and win a cup competition, so a Carabao Cup or what they're in Conference League or something like that. But his football will not be pretty to watch, and it will get toxic because he won't get the signings that he wants. So, for me, I think Conte will succeed in terms of what I personally think. However, Spurs fans will still hate it anyway, and they'll get toxic and
you're saying they might as well bring back Pochettino.
Pochettino will no. Pochettino no.
Jamie, let's relax.
He's wilding with that one. He's wilding. I was about to point that out.
What's this shit?
There's no way, bro. There's no way.
Wait, a domestic treble. So a Community Shield, Carabao Cup, and FA Cup.
No, Carabao Cup.
Brian, stop it, Brian. Brian, stop it, Brian.
Did he say community shield?
Yeah. It's a trophy. According to Arsenal fans, it's a trophy. That's why they have more.
It is not a trophy, bruv. I'm telling you right now.
To Arsenal fans, that's why they have more trophies than us. That's why they're a bigger club.
Bro, they're dumb,
No,
innit?
when they classed the Community Shield, I laughed at it. They have 14 Community Shields. What is that? It's not even a major trophy.
Yeah,
So why
do you
are they
not
classing
see
it?
PT's video about us when we won the Champions League?
Oh
And
my
he was
god.
like, oh, we got 41 trophies and you got
So
26.
much cope.
But if we take away the Community Shields, we have 31 and you have 26. It's like, wow, we have 5. Cool. So what? We could win 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce and you lot could win nothing, but it don't mean
We got
anything.
two. We got 2
More
Champions
league
Leagues.
battles.
They can't say shit.
You know, a Champions League is probably like 7 FA Cups.
Did you see what I read the day after we won it? A gold Invincible trophy is worth 2 Champions Leagues.
Oh, I had to argue that so bad.
No,
because Arsenal, a lot of Arsenal fans, the level-headed ones, as you said, they'll trade that golden trophy, whatever, for Champions League easily.
Bruv, Rangers have done an unbeaten season. Juventus have done it. Bare people have done it, bruv.
Juve's done it.
Wenger said it himself, the architect of that Invincible season.
Also,
he said, I would exchange my Invincible for a Champions League. So I don't know. Arsenal, that's just their own logic to deal with the fact that we won 2.
That Invincible season is so fugazi because 1, they drew 12 games in the league, and 2, they lost more games in all competitions than Man United.
Honestly, we should worry about a few odd Arsenal fans.
It would be Arsenal if they weren't being delusional.
I can't lie. If I'm in contraposition, I would say, like, if you want to be genius or you want to be like ruining your legacy.
Conte is ruining his legacy.
Like, I'm just saying.
Oh, fucking hell, Myron, I've just seen you on Twitter now. Sorry, man.
I'm just saying from his perspective, man. Like, why would he want to go to Spurs or Arsenal? Like, either way, like, both teams are dead.
If Conte is smart, bro, he needs to go Everton. But, like, of course, Everton are looking at Nuno Santos, which is so dumb in my opinion.
No, to be fair, Nuno Santos already going for Palace, though.
Now, the rumor is he's also talking with Everton now.
Okay.
You know what? You know what? Spurs should just get Frank Lampard.
Prime.
He would never. He would never.
Why would that be?
No, Johnny, he'd go there to take him down.
No, he wouldn't. He said it. He said it.
You imagine, come on, fighting relegation with Tottenham. Oh, that'd be amazing.
He'd never go, man. He'd never go.
He would never do it, though.
You don't know.
You wouldn't.
Hey, wouldn't you respect it though if he got them like to relegation battle?
No, it's nonsense. He'd never go. It's stupid discussion.
You don't know that.
Man said I don't want to even look at that.
We thought Jose would never do something like that, but he did it.
Yeah, but Jose's a mercenary.
When you gonna get your expert there about Tchouaméni?
When Jose went to
when rumors come up more about it, I'll drop him on.
Yeah, I'd like to know about Tchouaméni though.
Tchouaméni, watch him in the under-21s. They're having their own Euros this summer. Watch
they
him.
got Euros tournament. They played Germany yesterday, I think. No, not Germany. Who did they play?
How's he looking?
I think it was Portugal.
Did they just lose?
I'm not sure.
This is why the fan base, they drive me mad. Yeah, they go on all the whole through the season saying, "Oh, we're trusting the youth too much." Blah blah blah. Why does Mason Mount play every game? Why is James in the squad? We need to buy experienced players, and we're buying a 21-year-old.
Wait, who's that 21-year-old?
Haaland.
I don't think we're getting him. I understand. No, Johnny, I understand with a midfield because we actually got a lot of experienced midfielders called Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante. But for attackers, we need like experienced defenders. I think it may be experienced as well, still like a world-class centre back. But like midfielders, it's not really a big issue. You can get whatever age, really. It'd just be then for the squad.
Have we discussed this situation with Adama Traore? What's everybody's thoughts on this?
I would love him.
Not happening, probably.
He's a pace merchant. FIBA face merchant. I don't take him.
He's almost like a Dan James with a lot of strength. So.
Hold on. No. We're not gonna let this pass. We're not gonna let this pass.
Let's have the conversation, guys.
Real quick. Satter. There's no way you as the biggest...
I said he's a face merchant, didn't I?
Hold on, you are the biggest Timo Werner fan, and you know he's a face merchant.
Timo.
No, he's not. He's a terrible. Don't ever compare my client to Adama Traore. Don't ever do that. No way.
I felt that fire, you know. Oh my god.
Come on, bro. You can't have some double standards.
He's a FIFA merchant, man. I don't want him. Besides, he's making as bad as Tammy, man.
Bro, we're about to jump off in like 10 minutes. I'll send you a link if someone drops off. Though in 10 minutes, we're going to jump out anyway because I got on.
I gotta take off anyway, boys. I'll let someone hop on.
Oh, okay.
Take it easy, Josh. Just on that Traore conversation.
Tell me, who'd you rather, Timo or him? To the guy who's I don't know who said it, saying he's like Timo Werner.
Right. If you want Adama Traore, he's gonna wait. If you want Adama Traore,
I am just pointing out that Fatter called him a pace merchant, and Timo Werner is also a pace merchant. That's all.
He's not just a pace merchant though. Like Timo offers a lot on the pitch.
Pace merchant is
the
a
only thing
Timo
doesn't offer is a shooting boot, and that's the only thing.
He's not a pace merchant. I think that's a bit harsh.
He's not. Yeah. He's not just a pace merchant.
He's very gifted.
Very dismissive.
That is very dismissive on dumb to say.
Is dribbling on the pace
and
is
his
good.
Crossing's good. Yeah,
exactly.
I know what he's good at. I know what he's bad at, and I just don't want him. But if we take him as a squad player, I'm not going to cry about it.
Squad player,
we've got Cho. We're all good. We don't need him. We got Cho.
I don't think.
But we can't play Cho at wing back.
But Johnny, do you want to stick Cho as a right wing back next season?
Asby's not going to play as many games next season, so James potentially will be alternated between right centre back and right wing back.
Agreed.
Depending on the opposition.
That happens, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
When is Adam played at wing back though?
Trust me.
Wait, Johnny, just in case he's going to go to AFCON, yeah, I think he's going to push Cho up front. Though.
Yeah, he might do in the second part of the season. It probably will. Depend on who you find.
Start the season.
I think there's going to be a lot of surprises this window for players leaving. To be honest,
Who do you see leaving?
There's definitely some players.
By the way, Mom,
I might see Rudiger.
Mohammed, to answer your question. I would love Adama Traore as a backup right.
What are you saying? What are you guys saying?
Hey, Kazi. Tell me why, brother. Tell me why, innit? We've got some dismissive here.
Right, bro. Now listen. I'll be honest with you, man. Yeah, let's talk about Adama Traore. It is scaring me, man. It is scaring me. Now, what do you mean? That's
You sound a lot different.
Yeah, you sound
like you're mic plugged in.
Wait, I'm in the moon.
No, you sound like you're in an empty room. There's a
I'm in the living room. Yeah, I'm in the living room right now, man. I'm usually inside my bed. Yeah, let's call my bed, but I'm living right now. But still, forget that. Yeah, just listen to what I'm preaching about. It's called Adama Traore. I'll take him as a backup. Maybe as a backup. You know what I'm saying? To come on.
Yeah.
At right wing back, and maybe if you get an extra striker, because last season he got 9 goals and 8 assists. Was it? Look, 12 assists, I think. 12 assists last season with Raul Jimenez. Who is that behind the mic, bro? Who is that?
What?
I can hear some feedback. Can you hear that?
No, we can hear your echo, bro.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
I think it might be, man.
No, that's good.
Oh wait, no.
Wait, you want to take him as a right wing back?
I'll take him as a right wing back, yeah, but also as a backup right wing back, as a squad player. Exactly. And two is called as long as I can't lie to you, man. Like if it's like 40 million, I'm not taking it. But it's like 35, 30, then maybe after we get all our maybe if we get all our maybe.
Next season.
Let me finish, yeah. And the thing is, yeah, this all depends on getting a Lukaku. I don't wonder if Lukaku does not come because I saw this guy, yeah, without Raul Jimenez, and there's 1 assist. There's a proper striker next to him. Like if you don't get Lukaku. He's one assist this whole season, you know.
Fata, you know Braun Strowman just got released.
What?
You know Braun Strowman just got released.
No way, man.
Fucking, I'm sorry for the big switch up. I just saw it for the time. Like, what the fuck?
Is that WWE or something, man?
Yeah, sorry.
You guys are a lot of nerds, man. What a lot of nerds, man.
I'm a wrestler.
What a lot of nerds.
I stand with my chest and I say it. And what? I ain't heard this from that.
What a lot of fucking nerds, man.
Go on anyway, bro.
That's cool. No, because our take was called. He has to come with Lukaku, man. This guy, without Raul Jimenez, got injured this season, of course. He has 1 assist this whole season, guys. 1 assist. He has what's called Adama Traore. Last season, when he was starting a proper striker, he usually beat a guy, then whip him across. And he actually works on an actual striker. If we don't get Lukaku, and you're gonna, what? Can you guys imagine Adama Traore and one up front together, man? Do you guys really want to see that, man? Like, for me, get Lukaku, then we can just start talking about Adama Traore. But right now, it's cool. Let's get our signings that we need. Then it's cool. We look at him.
But yo, Cassie, I think it's a situation where we get Lukaku, we get the holding mid we need. We all agree we need. Then if we got a few extra coins to rub together at the end of it, maybe we do.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro. Yeah, I agree with that, man. We get some squad players.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I agree with that.
If you're gonna put Adama Traore as a right wing back, then you're gonna push Reece James as a right centre back.
We said as a squad player, though, what's called at certain games, against certain teams. Like, we're gonna have to. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know how long Aspie can play on that squad as a wing back, where he has to be running up and down that wing, man. Like, he's 31, 32 right now. You go score, let him relax, man. I mean, just squad as well.
I can't lie. I would put him as a right.
I don't think we're gonna be playing in a 3-back season. Like,
yeah, I don't think it's as well. Not all season next season. But I do think
4-back.
Let's say if we go for the back, and then Ziyech goes to AFCON, I would put Aspie as a right back, and then you can have Adama Traore as a right wing.
I don't want to see that, bro.
I'm gonna be sick.
Kazi, at some point this season, you're gonna have to change the back into a back four.
Yeah, but Aspie's not better right back than Reece James, though.
He's not.
He's not.
He can play there, but he's not better.
He can play. Reece James, Chris, wait. What's called? Chris, wait. Last season, Reece James was first season Pro League. I thought Reece James was a better right back than Aspie. Last season, for me, he was like. I don't see Aspie starting with Reece James at right back, man.
Lampard played Reece James more.
Cassie, Aspie ain't got the legs for it no more, and that's
he can't overlap. Like you saw, like when you see Ziyech and Reece James play together, because people, I've given up on the thought Ziyech getting sold, man. When I heard what's called, I don't think he's gonna get sold this season. I think he's gonna get some game time next season. If you see the way what's called how Reece James overlaps, what's called the likes of Ziyech, he works well with someone who actual score goes for the overlap. I don't see what's called Aspie. What's called running down that wing anymore next season, man. I don't see that. Like he's getting too old.
Games, Kazi.
He won.
He's gonna be like cup. I think he'd be playing wing back, full back at like cup games, like FA Cups and stuff. I think we can use him for that still, because I do rate him. He's a very experienced player. He knows what he's doing and he can defend. But yeah, for like Premier League, he ain't got the legs for it.
And guys,
sadly.
Reece James' defending this season has improved so much now. Like last season, it was called last season. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know the Bayern game. It was called Alonso Davies was having fun on this guy on that right hand side, man. The way how he was enjoying having the time of his life on that right hand side. When against West Ham, when he kept getting spun, was called open. Like I think he's improved massively defensively, and going forward. He on per 90, Reece James creates 1.6 score chances a game, which is now finishes in the team. So it's ideal score. He can't attack.
1.6.
1.6 per 90 minutes, guys. Per 90 minutes. For what's called from right wing back. The whole game, the whole season now. But he could produce. He's a very good attacking player and good defensively.
Yeah,
I'm a huge Reece James fan, man.
I'm a huge Reece James fan, man. Huge Reece James fan, man. I've been standing this guy for time now.
Yeah,
He's
my
gonna
favourite
be-
players
he's gonna
too.
be
I got a thing
England's
for
right
fullbacks.
man.
Back at Wigan, yeah. Back in the Wigan days, yeah, I was watching this guy, man. Back at Wigan, I was watching this guy.
God, he was bullying the championship too at like 18 years
Bullying,
old. He
man.
was just
He was
throwing
I
people
just
around like
love
dolls.
fullbacks in general.
Oh, by the way, Belgium's Euro squad been released. Lukaku is included one of them.
For what?
Wait, what?
The Euro
What?
squad release. The Belgium Euro squad. Lukaku.
Yeah, of course Lukaku would be there, man. Of course he would be.
That would
He has to be.
criminal, not.
That'd be criminal. That'd be criminal, man. Origi, get the fuck out of here, man.
Look at
Bad choice starting.
Origi over.
Origi, man. Man said Origi, man. Please stop that, man.
Origi, you know. What a joke.
That should
Nah,
be the
man.
one.
Wait, Adama Traore wait. Kazi, Adama Traore can play as a left wing back.
Left wing back. Is he not right footed?
I thought he was right-footed. Is he not?
He's right footed. Yes, I know this guy was called. He always was called. Prefers to hold a touch. He doesn't really cut in like that. I've seen him shoot his left foot. What's called, but I think he's a right foot player.
Who?
I think he's right
Blasting
footed.
with left.
Who?
Yeah, true.
Adam's called. Adam was called. The way he whips and crosses. The way he whips and crosses. He usually does it with his right foot, from what I've seen. He's
And
right
he can beat
footed.
two men. He can beat two men on the wing. Like if we get them in isolation, the way we play with the wing backs,
Yeah.
I know we're talking about switching to a back four, but the way we play with our wing backs, we isolate our wing backs with their defenders, and he
Yeah,
will
man.
bully most people.
Ben Chilwell, the way how Ben Chilwell is in that much space. You see in certain periods of the game with Reece James and Ben Chilwell, there's so much space in front of them. Imagine if Adama Traore was called having that sort of space. Because yesterday, yeah, I was against it, bro. I can't even lie. I was shying in spaces, saying the guy's dead. But I'll take him as a rotation player. If he's starting,
Rotation, yes.
You don't have to
rotation,
put
yeah.
him as a 60 million addition. It's gonna be like
Yeah.
25, 30 million at max.
Yeah, I
30
agree.
million, man. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
fair.
I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
giving Livermanto a chance though.
I'm with
He's
that.
too young. He's too young, man, guys. Come on.
No, 'cause look. He makes a very, very good point. Because this is how dynasties are made. This is how Man United. Yes, I know they're not that relevant nowadays, but this is how they were able to preserve themselves.
18 years old right now, man. 18 years old right now. Next season,
No, but I'm talking about this is how you preserve a team. You don't just keep buying players. You integrate people from your academy and allow them to.
For me, I would say let's go Livermanto alone, man, to get some actual squad experience.
We've actually done that though this season and last season. We've
Well, you got
put a
sent.
lot of youth players on.
Yeah,
So we can't, I don't want to overdo it.
For me, right now, I need experience, man. I need experience in this team right now, man. I feel it's called.
But I do think you show a commitment to players when you give them these chances, even if it's on a limited amount of minutes. Then you go to buy
not only
Traore for 35 mil, because that just kind of shows then
Yeah.
block these route if he comes back even from a loan. It's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna move Traore on now just for him to get in that team or what?
Yeah. I mean, look, Tammy, I get what you mean by I want players with experience, but we've won the Champions League now. This entire team now has experience.
Yeah, but
It has some, yes.
You can put in players from the academy knowing well that you also have 9 other players on the pitch that have won the Champions League. That
They've all got the mentality now. With the young boys,
I do
they've got
agree, but we do need like a Lukaku or something like that. Like that guy who's done it
Yeah,
everywhere.
Lukaku. I never ran. Lukaku never ran, man. Bring Varane to the club, man. I want Varane.
Varane as well.
Varane, man. Like,
Varane is
but
one
nah,
I
don't you dare disrespect school Varane by calling him a pacemaker, man. Because he's not that, man.
To be fair, someone did call Varane pacemaker.
He was it, man. He was it.
True, we got AC, man. We don't need.
Nah. I'm alright, man. Bring him around, yeah.
Say it, bro. Don't lie, bro.
This guy has won 3 ECOs, man. 3 ECOs, guys, man. And he was starting with Ramos, one of the best. But he was starting, man. He was starting.
Kovacic won 4 ECL.
But let's go. But he was.
I will fight.
No, but he was starting. The Ramos was starting that team, and he was like an actual lockdown starting that team when he was playing Ramos. He was. So don't try that.
You guys gotta chill with the disrespect for Varane, man.
Exactly, man. Chill, man. Chill.
He's not a player. He's not a player yet to respect him.
It's like the new thing.
Bro, man, put some respect, man.
I'm sorry, bro. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
Until he's in blue, mate. That's when I respect him.
Nah. How long is this number 3 deal, by the way? Because I don't like them shirts.
Just going back in the Varane chat.
Scored number 3 on the shirts, on the Chelsea shirts. How long were they on there for? How long
I
did they
don't
do?
mind now because we won the Champions League on our first year with it, so it's now iconic. It's what it is.
Nah.
Everyone,
literally, I thought this night it was okay. Like I didn't, I was okay with it. It was like a solid 5 out of 6. Now we won the Champions League. It's an 8. That's a minimum.
I like that grading system.
The third kit. The rumors were we were going to wear that at the Champions League final. That was going to be one of our most iconic kits in history.
What, the yellow kit?
No, the red kit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we were going to wear that.
That's when we wear that. Imagine we wore that and won it, and that. Oh my god,
that would be mad. But guys, we're gonna have to end the stream here anyway because I've got to head on to Flawless to stream at 5 p.m. Big up everyone who's locked in. The links to everyone's Twitters are down in the video description, so check it out and smash the follow on all of the panel. Big up everyone who's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow for a stream on God knows what, but we'll come up with something. And we'll leave you, as always, with a photo of our champions of Europe. Take care. Like and subscribe.
Let's go.
Up the Chelsea. Champions of Europe. We know what we are. Also, we might be doing an England watch along. I'm not sure. We might.
No, Gareth Southgate's football, man.
I know. That's exactly what I'm thinking as well.
Better not play
Lewis, if England face Wales, we're gonna have one. I'm Welsh.
If or are they playing?
If they do, I said if.
Oh yeah, if they do come, we'll do an England v Wales thing. That'll be a lot. But if you guys want to see an England watch along, let me know in the comment section or on the chat, and if I get enough, I'll actually do it. But big up everyone who's dropped in, smash the like and subscribe button. We will leave you with another photo of our champions of Europe. Take care, like and subscribe, and up
King Kai.
What a legend.
What a fucking legend.
Already.
But on the question to you